ready to go to it. Referee Bill Rush is in there. We have Brandon Baxter and Uptown Karen out here. And here comes the tough little lady out of Dallas, Texas. Miss Texas going in a handicap match against Uptown Karen from Glasgow, Scotland. And Brandon Baxter, who I wish he would go back where he came from, really is whatever I wish.
Yeah, he has been a problem ever since he arrived in the USWA. He will be not in the corner, but in the ring this time. This is a handicap match. Miss Texas is going to have to go against the both of them. By the way, this situation came about is because in some previous matches against Brandon and against Karen, there had been interference from outside the ring. So what Miss Texas said is, hey, put them both in there so I can keep an eye on them. I don't have to worry about one of them sneaking around behind me there, maybe.
We have some dynamite footage coming up for you a little bit later. Oh, look at that gal. She is a little one, but you can't believe how tough she is. Look at that heave. Beautiful with that arm drag, Dave.
Against Brandon Baxter, nobody we'd rather see her be successful against, I don't think. Here comes Karen. Boy, talk about that Brandon Baxter. Here's a kid who arrives in the USWA making all kind of noise, and now with a Smoky Mountain USWA feud that's been going on, this guy turns out to be taking sides on the wrong way, apparently.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them around like that aren't endearing themselves to anybody around here. Woo, big elbow drops down on Karen. She's trying to make a tag on Brandon. Brandon doesn't seem to be struggling too hard. He says, no, I'm going to let you go back out there and tag. And finally, he forces Brandon Baxter to make the tag, and he climbs by. I think he's had all of Miss Texas already. He wants.
Yeah, what a guy, though, refusing the tag. I mean, you just don't do that in a tag team match, and that's what it is. Brandon and Karen as a tag team against Miss Texas, who has no partner. She's wrestling as a single against the both of them. But Brandon Baxter was pretty well worked over by Miss Texas early. Look at that right there. Rolled the shoulder into the midsection. Feels him across the ring as she flipped him. Now she goes after him. Down to the mat goes Brandon Baxter. Wow, what a move by Miss Texas.
Miss Texas kind of putting a Frankensteiner on Brandon, and Uptown Karen jumps into the ring as he rolled over to the corner to make the tag, and she's taking advantage of the exertion she had on that big move on Brandon, and now, look at that, good night. Referee Bill Rush stepped right in there on top of the spot, saying, let go of the hair, quit gouging the eyes. Okay, you didn't say anything about choking, did you?
I'll tell you what, Uptown Karen jumped in there quickly after the tag. She didn't hesitate after Brandon Baxter went to the corner. She seems to have been having at least some success, although she was having to do it with the eye gouging and the choking. Here's Baxter coming back now.
He drops down on Miss Texas, and he goes for the throat great. Yeah, boy, that shows how tough you are. You're a real wrestler. Pounds in with a right hand, right to the head of Miss Texas. She was the one that was all for this handicap match, so as Dave said, she could keep an eye on both of them. And Brandon Baxter, who takes plenty of time to show off that incredible physique. Tag back to Uptown Karen.
Karen again goes for the choke. She jumps right into action. Both hands wrapped around Miss Texas' throat. Miss Texas has been slowed considerably by this onslaught of the two, with the choking, the hair pulling, and the eye gouging.
We'll say, in fact, that for the short time she misses the elbow drop, short time she's been in professional wrestling, Uptown Karen has shown a lot of good traits. Unfortunately, she was schooled by Downtown Bruno, and right off the bat, that's going to put you on the wrong track. Now they got him open there, and look at it, Miss Texas flail away. Nails Baxter again with a fifth, and the referee says, I've told her, and she just keeps hammering the shoulder into the midsection of Uptown Karen in the corner.
Texas really working on Uptown Karen. Now flips her out of the corner back to the center of the ring. Referee still trying to get Brandon Baxter out back in the corner. Miss Texas drives that shoulder.
Look at over here, Dave.
Downtown Bruno sneaking in the ring. What's he got in his hand? He's got a bunch of powder there.
He powders Miss Texas, blinds her while the referee is trying to get Baxter out. Karen takes her up 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be a victory for all three of them. Uptown Karen, Brandon Baxter, and Downtown Bruno, who got the job done with a handful of powder, where the other two had no success when they were trying to wrestle with her whatsoever.
And Miss Texas is saying to the referee, can't you see what just went on here? And he's not allowing it, apparently. It looks like the decision's going to stand.
Well, there's another great win for Brandon Baxter and friends.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 3-on-1 this time. You're just outdoing yourself all the way.
You know what, Lance Russell? You're not going to ruin my day. I got some of the best news of my life last week.
Oh, you did?
Just last night I got the news, as a matter of fact. You know, right here on television, I want to pledge my allegiance to Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I want to pledge my allegiance to Sandy Scott, to Jim Cornette, to Mark Curtis, and each and every one of the thugs.
Yeah, I can well imagine that you are a real first-class traitor is what you are.
Oh, a traitor. A traitor against the USWA. From the first day I was in the USWA, it's been a conspiracy to try to get rid of me. The USWA has tried to shut the mouth of Brandon Baxter, and as of yet, geez, it has not happened, as is obvious. Last night I was sitting at home, and I got a phone call from Jim Cornette and from Mark Curtis. And they said that they took care of PG-13, that they just might have ended the careers of PG-13 last night in Knoxville, Tennessee. So you know what? I told him, I said, send me a tape. I said, I want to see it firsthand. I've got a messenger right now waiting at the airport, and coming up to this television station very soon will be a tape of PG-13's last night in wrestling.
Yeah, well, okay. I, for some reason, don't believe everything he says, but I do believe this. We'll be back.